Are you ready for... It's Freebie Friday time, so we're gonna do something. I'm pumped up. Are you pumped up? It's Freebie Friday time, so I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's good.
Hey everyone, this is Cory Boatright again with Shortsology and Real Estate Servant, and I appreciate you taking the time to be on here for another Freebie Friday. And we are on episode 4 already. Can you believe we already got through 4 episodes? The response has been really off the chain. I mean, it has been absolutely incredible, and I thank you so much for all of the positive responses. I haven't done anything like this in a long time, and I am excited about opening up my business and also just teaching more of the tools that I'm using in my everyday business, because I think that people need to see that. They need to see what really works and how you're using it to be effective, right? So the goal of Freebie Friday is you can pick up a killer trick or proven strategy to be more productive, make more money, and take back your precious time. Because at the end of the day, time is money, isn't it? And we also, time is not recyclable, right? So we got to make the most of it. So what we're going to be talking about today is something that I've used. I was thinking about how long I've used this tool, and it's an accounting tool. It's not something that you probably have heard of before. Intuit, which also developed QuickBooks, owns it. It's called Paytrust. So if you go to paytrust.com, you'll see it. And what this is an accounting tool. It's kind of like bill pay, similar to bill pay, if you ever heard of bill pay. What it allows you to do is keep track of your business in a very efficient manner, okay? This will take the place of bookkeeping for most small businesses, okay? If you start getting a huge business, starts getting bigger and bigger, and you're wanting to franchise, go something along that route, this is probably not going to be the best solution for you, but I think you're going to be excited when I show you what this thing is capable of doing. So Intuit is one of the companies that owns Paytrust. Also, they have TurboTax, Quicken, QuickBooks, and then of course Mint, which is an awesome accounting tool as well. If you haven't used mint.com, I highly recommend that. Also their mobile app. But I want to show you Paytrust, and I want to show you first some of the comparisons on some of the things you might have seen in the past. So Paytrust is going to be over here on the right, so as I scroll, just kind of keep that in mind, and you'll see bill pay here, and of course paying bills by hand. But look at all of the things that Paytrust does. You can receive all your paper electronic bills for you, whether you're at home or away. It scans your paper bills and converts them into electronic bills for you. Okay, bill pay does not do those two things. It accepts e-bills. They all do that. It presents detailed bills so you know what you're paying. Okay, Paytrust does that. So it lets you set how you pay each bill, manual authorization or automatic payment. It sets payment rules, pay bill in full, minimum due, or create your own rule. This is really cool. I can't tell you how cool that one feature is by itself. You can pay from multiple banks, up to 10 accounts all in one place. Ultra cool feature, because I've got several banks that I use. Eliminates the need for checks, envelopes, and stamps. Again, this is just incredible when you're traveling about. It reminds you if a bill hasn't arrived or not. This is another cool feature of Paytrust. You can set it when a bill's supposed to come in. If it hasn't came in yet, it sends you an email. Alerts you of bill arrival, bill becoming due, and payment confirmation. Bill pay and Paytrust both do that. Single destination for receiving bills, whether you move or switch banks. Paytrust has a killer feature that gives you actually another address. It's another address that you can use for a physical address as well as a P.O. box. So you have 2 addresses that you can use in Paytrust, and I'm going to open up my account a little bit and show you a little bit more about that. Your money comes out of the account the day the bill is paid, not sent. That is pretty important as well. Late charges covered in if fault of service, so they cover it if they didn't get it out on time and do what they said they're going to do. Paytrust covers you for that. Monthly summary of bills due and paid. Oh, I'm going to show you a cool feature in Paytrust that's just going to blow you away, and it's great for doing your taxes either quarterly or at the end of the year. And you can actually order a CD of all the bills that you paid, and you just send it right to your accountant. Just really cool. All in PDFs of everything you've paid. All your bills saved and organized in one place. So $9.95 is what they charge right now. I'm grandfathered in. I think I pay $17 or $18 a month for up to 50 transactions. You want to go in and kind of see which one is best for you, but $9.95 is going to be pretty good for many small businesses. Gives you 25 transactions and then 65 cents for each additional transaction. All right, so I want to go ahead and show you, log into the account, and kind of show you what Paytrust is. I'll go ahead and put my password in here. Okay. So what you're seeing here is one of my accounts, and I do have a few of these. So one of my accounts, and the first thing you're going to see is a dashboard of all the bills that you have right now that have come in. So, you know, I've got some property management company that handles our rental properties, but I also have a lot of bills. The way that we set it up through utility companies, you have to have set it up through your company, or sometimes you had your own personal name that you set up a utility bill on. So, for example, I'm going to show you a bill came in for one of my rental properties, one of the 7-plex that we have. So I can click view this bill and see what happens here. I can click view this bill, and now I have some options. Okay, first let me just tell you that whenever a bill comes into Paytrust, they scan it for you. Okay, they scan the bill for you so it looks just like this. Whenever your bill comes in, you'll scan it, you'll see a copy of your bill in front of you. And then what you can do is you can move on to next page. That's the first page. I can go back to previous page. It's going to scan these pages. There's the next page right here. And then what I can do is I can click this PDF version, and it's going to save a PDF, and I can just simply save this PDF wherever I want on my desktop. Very, very cool. If I need to do this, really cool to be able to do this, to send over to my assistant sometimes if I have a question on something, or sometimes just sending over to the vendor direct. So that's a really cool feature. You can zoom in, zoom out, of course print right from here. Then you can file the bill. Okay, you can file the bill if you've already paid it. Sometimes a repeat bill will come in and you file it, or you can just pay it. So if I wanted to pay this bill, I could click pay. And I could go in here, I could say, all right, which account do I want to use? Which bank account do I want to use? I can set that up right here. And I can say I can see the last dollar amount that I paid, and then I can see the amount that I'm going to pay now. This is pretty cool to keep track of, you know, if utility bills are getting a little higher than normal. It's sometimes, you know, it's harder to remember those things. And so whenever you have when you have tools that can automate your business, this can really help in a big way. You'll see that I've labeled these payees according to the last 4 digits of the account number. That's pretty helpful as well. And I can set the date on when I want this to be sent. I can update the total. So if I want to change this, I can update the total, and it'll change the new amount that I want to have sent. So instead of the bill amount, I could send, you know, $200 more if I wanted to. And then I can just go in to pay the bill. Now, what I can also do here is I can go into this payee. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could go into this payee right over here to my payees. You're going to see I've got quite a few different payees set up in here. I can go into my payee. I could go down to that OG&E. Again, you can see I got quite a few of these things set up in here. I can go up here to look like it was that one right here. And so I've already set this payee up, okay? And you can set up an e-bill with them. You can set up an e-bill with them so they have something online. You can sync it, or we have an API will work with the site. You can set up your terms. This is your term, or you set up your schedule rather, how if you want to pay it manual or you want to set it up automatic. You can look at the payments that you've already made, and you can look at the different bills. I want to show you this screen really quickly. I think it's cool. So here's the payments that you can see that I've made. Now look again, look how nice and clean this is. Look how nice and clean this is, okay? I can go, I mean, any payee that you want, that you can imagine, just go right back to very quickly. And I can go in and I can look at the payment details. So I can look and see when that payment was made. I can see it was made manually. I can see that it was sent on this date and when it was completed. Okay, so this one was sent on August 5th, 2013. I can have a confirmation, because remember, sometimes when you're paying bills, you have to remember a confirmation number. That gets hassle. Don't worry about that. You don't have to worry about that in Paytrust. They give you the confirmation. They also tell you when this payment was received. So this was received right the next day. Just absolutely a killer accounting tool, and just an efficiency tool to help you save time. And I've used it for years and years and years. Let me go back here to this payee. I'm going to go ahead and just click in here so you can see when you set up a payee what it looks like. When you set up a payee, you'll be able to set up their information in here. You'll be able to set up their information in here. So you go up here to payee information. You can go and see right here the address is on file. So inside Paytrust, whenever you type in to set up a new payee, it'll give you recommendations if that payee is already in Paytrust, which is very cool. So that helps you save time. You can put in your account number, of course, what name's on the account, and then a nickname, and then you can actually go in and make a new category. You can make a new category, or you can go in and you can add it to an existing category. And as you can see, I've got many. Okay. You can also, let me go ahead and just don't save changes so I can just go back to that screen. You can go here to the payment options. On the payment options, you can turn it to be automatic or manually. Now I have it on manual right now, okay, but I want to turn it to automatic so you can see just how cool and how intricate you can get with this. They're really specialized. So I can look at whichever bank account I want to come from. I can say, okay, I want to pay $100 a month, or twice a week, or every 2 weeks, or every 4 weeks, or annually, whatever I want. Let's say I want to pay it twice a month, and I want it to start on this date, okay, the first payment. And do I want it to continue forever, or do I want it to until maybe December 1st? Okay, or if I don't want it to end on a certain date, do I want to have a certain number of payments? Maybe I just want to have, 5 or 6 payments, or 4 payments or whatever. And what's really cool too is I can different last payment amounts. So I can come in here and I can say I only want to pay $50 more than the last payment amount. Okay, you see how you can just get really granular on this. So I really love Paytrust because of the options that they allow you. I'm going to go back and not save that. And you can go in and you can make a manual payment anytime just by clicking into your payee. You can simply go in here and make a manual payment at any time. As well, you got email notifications up here, so you can say whenever this bill comes in, you want an email sent to you. You can also set up it's a one email a day with all of the different payees that you need to pay for that day. That can come in as well. And keep in mind, this all can go to your accountant. So you can set up an email that goes right to your accountant, which I absolutely just love. I love Paytrust. I'm telling you, I would not be able to run my businesses as efficient without using Paytrust. Okay, I want to show you how to add a new payee really quickly. So I would just go in here and let's say I was going to pay AT&T. So if I start typing in AT&T, it's going to tell me that there's some already in here. Well, let's say I wanted to set up AT&T Mobility. Okay, I hit continue. I can go in and put the account number in. I can name it something, or I can set up a new category. If I already have an existing category, I can set up a new category. there's an option up here where it sets add a new category, and you can do that. And then you simply go ahead and set up this payee. It's very, very simple. Next screen, you'll have to put their address in if it already isn't in there, and you can view the payee list. You can see how many different payees they have, so you might want to go in and see if your payee's already listed in there. If it is, you can just simply click on it, and I'll put the information in there for you. Very cool, very efficient. Okay, then whenever you get all these categories set up, you can go in and you will see a list of all your categories, or you can quickly rename them or just simply delete them. The view reporting is really powerful. You can go in and you can create separate reports. They've got different reports that are kind of put in here already, so you could say in the last 30 days you want to view the last 30 days of what you've paid. So on this particular account, looks like I've paid about $20,000 in the last 30 days, right? So you can go in and you can see, you know, which vendors that you've paid out and from which bank account, and you know when these payments were made. You can go in and let me see here. I can create a report. And I can go in and I can say, okay, I want to call this report A, whatever. And then I want to say it with the last 30 days, or I can choose next 15 days, the next 30 days, the current month. I mean, you can get very, very granular. You can do a custom date range. You can tell it you want it to subtotal or not subtotal, so you can do that by month, quarter, payee category, or the funding account. And then you can go here and you can individually click any one of the vendors that you have. Individually click, okay? I mean, just really cool to be able to set up these reports like this, and then it's done. After this, it's done, and you just save it, and then it'll automatically show up in your View Reports page right here under your drop down. Okay, so I want to show you something else that's really cool. The search records is also pretty helpful, but what I'm going to show you right here is order a CD. And this is one of the things that was like a wow factor for me on Paytrust. So at the end of a quarter on your taxes, if you're doing your taxes quarterly, you can have them send you or send your accountant a CD that has all of the bills paid, every report that is month end for you for that entire month, broken down to each one of the categories, that has clickable links on the CD, and you can send that to your accountant. So they have an image of the bill, okay, because it was scanned. They have a total per vendor, so how many times you paid them in the last 3 months and every single payment. They also have a payment shows you how you paid them. So everything that you did with that particular vendor is caught on that CD and burned and sent over to you. And you can do that every year, every 6 months, every quarter. Very, very cool. And you can go back for years and years and get these. This is super powerful because you can actually print these, right? You can print the PDFs that are on these, so you never have to worry about keeping that hard copy. You know, of course you have to, you know, do that, but this, I'm telling you, this is a lifesaver. It's just absolutely lifesaver, a huge time saver for you, and just a big wow factor for me for having that CD. You can set up your funding account list with your different bank accounts. You can add your funding. You can actually see your real balances. It has APIs that have different things tied to each one of your bank accounts. So if you can log on to your banks, you'll be able to see that in here as well, which is really cool to be able to just go one place and see multiple banks. You got your personal profile, your password, all the other things here. I want to just encourage you that, if anything else, just check out Paytrust. Because it is one powerful tool. Oh, before I forget, this is one of the most powerful things as well. Whenever you set up your Paytrust account, okay, whenever you set up your Paytrust account, they're going to give you a PO box, okay? So right here, they give you a PO box. Now, what is cool about this is actually you can take the box, you can take the PO from the box and just use box, whatever your number is that they set up. And that is a physical address. That is a physical address, just like mailbox, etc. You could send packages to this address. You can send, and they will get the package and they will forward it on to whatever address you want. How cool is that? So you get 2 different addresses with Paytrust. You get your physical address, which is just taking the PO off and just put box, and you get a PO box. So you leave your PO on, obviously, on there, and that's where all of your bills are being sent to your PO box. But if you want to send something physical, you can send it to just your box, and it's the same address. Really cool, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope this is going to save you some time. Leave me some comments on these Freebie Fridays. Let me know what it is you want to know about. And maybe I'm already using one of those tools, or maybe it's the tool that I like to see and I can go and do a review on. I'll talk to you later. Remember, be a servant. Cory Boatright. I'm out of here.